Boyceville, Wisconsin is a place where we know our neighbors, and there's always time to stop and visit. The people who live here enjoy a slower pace of life and beautiful farmland countryside. Do you enjoy hunting and fishing, a walk in the woods, or a drive down a country road? Time here is measured in seasons instead of by turning the pages of a calendar. There's a time for tapping maple trees and canning tomatoes before hunting season starts, and after Christmas we bring out the snowshoes or go ice fishing. And then we gather morel mushrooms in the spring before we plant our gardens, and it's summer again. Boyceville is 15 miles from the interstate highway and the closest Walmart. Far enough off the beaten path to be a place you could call home and a great place to raise a family. My name is Steve Boyd. I'm the pastor of Faith Free Church. Come and see us. I'm here at Trinity Lutheran Church in Boyceville with Pastor Brad, but he's not preaching the gospel today. He's directing traffic and keeping kids safe. Hey, I gotta ask you a question, Pastor Brad. What do you love about living and being a pastor in Boyceville, Wisconsin?
Other than being neighbors with you?
There you go. That's enough.
I love that Boyceville is a community that takes care of each other, that love each other, that step up for each other. I love the sense of closeness and the opportunity that they let you be yourself. At least for me, this bear-loving Illinoisan, now living here almost 20 years in northern Wisconsin.
Haven't converted anybody to the mighty Chicago Bears, though, have you?
Sadly, no.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It's good to be out here with you today on this beautiful day. But you're out here all winter long when the wind is blowing, the snow is coming, and everything.
Well, us and the crossing guards, that's what we do to keep the kids safe and make sure they can get to and from school right, and do what we can. You know, sure. That's part of serving in a community like this is serving in whatever way you can. I can stand out in a corner for a couple hours a day, and it's no big deal.
And how long have you been in Boyceville?
I've been in Boyceville just over 19 years. 19 years in a month.
Wow, that's amazing. That's fantastic. Well, we got to get out and play some golf.
We will
real soon, because we got a lot to talk about.
That's right.
Well, thank you for being out here keeping the kids safe.
Well, thank you, and thanks for all that you do, Steve.
You bet.
Be safe, everybody. Follow the sign.
See those snaggly teeth?
Neighboring us in 1884.
1884, wow. And I bet farming's changed a little since then.
Very much so.
A lot of technology, computers, everything. Milking parlors.
Yep. He came with just a team of oxen.
Wow.
He couldn't afford a horse for 4 years.
Wow.
They need a walk to Menominee, which is an 8-mile walk, about once a week to get his mail and supplies.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll ask you, what is it, if someone were thinking about moving into this area, what would you tell them you enjoy about living, working, playing in Boyceville, Wisconsin?
That's a good one. I mean, I've been here all my life. Sometimes I probably have some different activities that other people want, but I always enjoy here. I just like being outdoors. As a farmer, you're forced to do that if you like it or not. But just like the area, just like to know the fact that many of the people that I know knew my father and their grandfathers. It's been passed down neighbor to neighbor for many years. I just enjoy that myself, I guess.
Yeah, just the working outside, the relationships, community. And now with this farm, your brother and you've got your families come together to grow this farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original farm was, I think, 160 acres. Now we have about 1,000 acres.
About 1,000 acres on such a farm. Hay and corn,
Soybeans, oats, and alfalfa.
oats and alfalfa, yeah. Well, this is a dairy farm, and that's where all that great Wisconsin milk and cheese and butter, it starts right here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I know you're busy. This is August 30th. Harvesting is already beginning real quick, so thank you for taking. There's always time to sit and visit, though, isn't there?
Sunday after church.
Sunday after church especially. Okay. Okay, Nick Kaiser, you are the district superintendent for Boyceville Schools, and Boyceville Schools are a tremendous asset to our community. It's really the cultural heart, really, of this area. But tell me first, what do you really love about living, working, playing in Boyceville, Wisconsin? What do you think is good about this place?
Well, what I love about it is it's family oriented.
Mm-hmm.
I moved my family over here 14 years ago, and the welcoming that we got is something I really appreciated, because I value living where you work also, and you can tell other people value that, and so it's nice to move into a place where you have similar values. And in raising a family here, we're always very cared for. People look out for each other. Anytime there's something going on, hey, what can we help you with? That was just never a problem. It was actually kind of overwhelming at first. People just coming and sharing, hey, if you need this, or moving, or hey, did you get that? And anytime we do have something that happens, it's bad, people come together. It doesn't matter where backgrounds or anything, that they come together, and your kids know that, and they know they're cared for. When they walk out of your door into any door around here, and you run into anybody, they're going to get a hello. They're going to, hey, how you doing?
Sure.
And that's great. It's great to walk into a store. It's great to walk into the gas station or a business or something, and hey, and know everybody, and be able to just, if you're at church, wherever you're at, it's just great to know that.
Yeah, it's kind of for someone that maybe came from the city like I did, going to the grocery store, going to Fleet Farm, and seeing people that you know, and stopping and having a conversation in the blue jean aisle or whatever it is. At first it seems a little strange, but you really get to enjoy. People always take time to stop and visit and chat, and that's a neat thing.
What I enjoyed as being at school is when I'd walk down the halls, when I go and see kids, it's not about school all the time.
Sure.
Hey, they ran into your mom and dad. I saw you over doing this over the weekend. Were you riding bike or fishing at the creek? How'd you do? It's those conversations and those relationships that kind of go outside of the school wall.
That's really.
But as long as you bring them in, it's not just about school anymore. It's about the people and the kids and caring, and that's what you're going to find in our community, I believe.
Yeah, that's very rich. Yeah, and there's always something going on at Boyceville Schools. On a Friday night, you have a football game, track meets, whatever it is. It really is a social center of the community. But tell me, as far as, somebody that maybe is thinking about moving to Boyceville with a family, what would Boyceville Schools have to offer families with children?
You're going to get a great family atmosphere. You're going to get teachers that are really connected with your kids in a small and lower class sizes to start off with. And yes, we have bigger class sizes that go all the way through, but you're going to get a small town feel with that endless opportunity, I feel, at the end of the thing, at the end of the rainbow kind of a thing. It's, I think there's a phrase that goes with it, small town, big dreams. I think we actually have that. You get the benefits of the small town, and we're not that far away from other opportunities. Now, again, can we offer everything? No. But it's close enough now with technology and everything else, and different pathways for our kids. Is they're going to get a great educational experience at the elementary level coming up. They're going to hit middle school, and the opportunities are going to grow from there. And high school is kind of endless. We have kids that go anywhere if they want to enter the workforce, an apprenticeship, CVTC. If they want to go to a higher ed university, we have plenty of local opportunities. We also have kids that are attending MIT, Harvard, Stanford, West Point, all these areas, Madison, all these things. And so just because you're a small town doesn't mean your decisions that you make or your dreams are going to be that way either.
Sure. So no student really gets lost in the cracks because everybody knows everybody. You just have this supportive community environment that really helps people do their best, achieve their best. So
they're looking out for each other. And again, if they don't, I think that support factor is the key part. Is if I don't know something, I'm not sure, people are going to surround you to help you get there.
Yes.
And if they don't know, they're going to find someone that does. And I think that's where some of the difference is. In some places, that help ends. Here, it's not going to end until we find something that's successful.
That's really exciting. Well, thank you, Nick, for the contribution you've made to this community. We really appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
All right, take care.
Yep.
Boyceville Library is really a player in the community here.
Absolutely.
Ginny has organized some great things that have enriched all of us. One of my favorite was when she got the DNR to come in with a great horned owl in the back room here. We had 50 people back there with the great horned owl. What a great night that was.
Yeah.
But you've been in Boyceville about how long?
15 years.
Okay, so relatively new, not going back 3 generations like some folks.
Right,
But what do you enjoy about living here in Boyceville? Living, working, playing?
Right, so we moved here because Joe works for 3M in Menominee, and we moved to this area because we were looking for someplace in the country.
Yes.
But at the time, we were a month and a half away from kiddo number 4.
Okay.
And we needed a home that was ready to go. We couldn't do a fixer-upper, like,
Yes.
farm home. So we moved in, and we found a place outside of Boyceville. We moved in, and we have sent 5 kids through the public school. And we started coming to the library for story time and get our resources, because at the time we were homeschooling.
Yes.
And but now the kids have all gone through the great public school that we have. And so the library was a connection to neighbors, to new people who were coming to the community, a place for my kids to play, and the summer reading program and all those kinds of things. So much so that I decided to start working here, and now I do youth services for the Boyceville Library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know you here at the library. You know, I come here and check out books, and through that More Library system, we can get books from other libraries and all kinds of resources, not just limited to the stacks here.
Absolutely.
But what I find really interesting is all the layers of connection we have, because the way I got to know your kids before I got to know you,
Right.
because I substitute teach once a week or so in Boyceville schools.
Yep.
And then your husband and I we're capping maple syrup trees
Yes.
this fall.
Yep.
So you don't know people from just one place.
Right.
We have all this web of relationships that we enjoy.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We've gotten a chance, because of that beautiful web, we've gotten a chance to do maple syrup, to do apple cider pressing with our neighbor, who happened to be the person who I knew her for, I think, 2 weeks, and she was the person who came with us when Peter was born. So she stayed with the kids, and we went and had a baby, and so she stayed connected with us, even though she's living in Menominee now, this whole time.
Yeah.
So it's really great.
Sure.
And I would say that connection is really deep, and it hit home certainly in 2017 when Joe was diagnosed with multiple myeloma.
Okay.
We don't happen to attend church in Boyceville, but the word went out that we were doing testing in down in Rochester at stem cell transplants. It was just a lot of stuff. And the community just came around us in a beautiful way, with meals. And one of the teachers stayed with my kids overnight for a couple times. Made sure that they were doing well in school, connected with them. Again, brought meals and just really supported us. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't find that everywhere.
No, it's small enough so that people care and know and support, and it was beautiful. Yeah.
Thanks for being such a great neighbor.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
we're here in Glenwood City at the veterinary clinic there with Mindy Bogie. Glenwood City is 8 miles west of Boyceville. It's another small community. And we're here, Mindy, you've got a treadmill in your aquarium. What's this all about? Yeah.
So we have been doing canine rehab at the clinic here for about 3 years.
Okay.
And so we use the underwater treadmill to help patients after surgery to recover quickly, get back to normal function. We sometimes use it instead of surgery if clients want to avoid surgery for their pets.
Sure.
We also use it for weight loss, for patients who have arthritis. It's a nice way to get them moving, nice low impact exercise for them.
And how's Gabby doing?
She's doing really well. She's actually had surgery on both of her knees. And so after surgery, she had some muscle atrophy, but we've been working to regain it, and she's been getting stronger. She's been doing very well.
Well, this is a fantastic resource available to people in this area, and you stay pretty busy, don't you?
I do, yes. Yep, every
Lots
day
of
we're
patients.
busy. Yes.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, you've lived in Glenwood City in this area for about how long?
About 13 years.
13 years, okay. And what do you like about living, working, and playing in northwest Wisconsin, we'll say?
I like that it is nice and peaceful here. It's a small town to raise my kids in. It feels nice and safe, but there's great opportunities here as well. I love that we are able to offer things like this to patients, and I'm able to work 5 minutes from home, which is great. And I just like the feel of the area.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you know a lot of people, and you tend to see the same people from school, where your boys go to school just a little ways away, and so a lot of people come in. So you're a pretty well-known person in the community, aren't you?
I guess so.
Well, at least you know a lot of people.
There's a lot of people that bring their pets to the clinic here,
Yes.
so I get to know a lot of people.
And then you see the same people in other places too, don't you?
Right.
Yeah. That's what's really neat about living in a small community, because you know people, and there's always time to stop and visit.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Gabby. You're doing great.
She's great. She's a perfect teacher.
Yes. Oh wow. What? Okay. Are you sitting on it? I don't know. Where's the one?
What do you like living in Boyceville? What do you like
living here? It's a beautiful place. There's so much trees and so much places to go. There's more friends you can see here than Menominee, Minnesota. It's lovely here. It's corn and church, and it's pretty nice.